What's a modern day scam that's become normalized, and we don't realize it's a scam anymore? Not being able to cancel a subscription online. I can subscribe in 5 minutes, but I need to call your service agents, and I'm forced to be rude to them to cancel it, because as long as my voice sounds friendly they try to wrestle the damn subscription. Slightly different thing, but I had to get a new phone plan while I studied abroad. Signed up in the store, 5 minutes with some help from staff, because I was not a native speaker of the language. How to cancel after 4 months. Mail them a letter. In 2019, they made me mail them a letter to cancel my phone plan that I had for 1 semester of college. Most insane cancellation policy I've ever seen. Edit. For those of you asking, the company was free in France. Sounds like there are similar policies in other European countries though too. Wild. Service charge for buying cinema tickets online. I've got to pay you to buy something from you? Convenience fee. Well, it's not convenient. It's the only option. Can you make it less convenient, and I keep the $5? Edit. Yes, cinema tickets can be bought in person. I was more piggybacking off that in regards to things like concerts or sport events that no longer sell at the box office. Buying tech devices for premium prices, then still having to pay subscriptions to make them actually do what they are supposed to do. Enterprise gear is the worst for this. Cisco sells you a firewall for several grand and then charges huge prices for licenses. THST just unlock hardware features on the device and then makes you buy support contracts each year if you want updates. Everything is a sneaky small monthly subscription. This is getting ridiculous. A one-time payment for an app or game used to be fine. Now you keep paying. Terrible for the consumer. Charging a convenience fee for paying rent online. Fuck you. It's more convenient for you too, bitch. Where's my convenience fee? Edit. Lot of people trying to explain what this fee is to me. I know what it is. You are the people for whom it's become so normalized that you no longer see it as a scam. Edit 2. The shitty site our property managers use only allows you to pay with a card. There isn't a way to pay directly from your bank account. They charge 2%. People are still trying to explain to me how this cost is to cover the fee the credit companies charge to process payments. That's the scam, but property managers are passing the buck onto their tenants. Admin fees for completely automated services. In Australia, if you use a toll road and don't have a toll account, you get sent a toll notice with an added $10 admin fee. And if you don't pay it within the requested time frame, the admin fee goes up to $20. A $2.50 toll could end up costing you $22.50. Scam. Medical insurance not covering dental or vision. Like, it's all connected. Guys, if you have a badly abscessed tooth, you're likely going to need medical care, even if you have dental that covers the extraction or root canal, or whatever. OHH ho ho, look at big man here wanting all the luxury bones. Probably wants to be able to see well all the time too. What you gonna do with the mice, nerd? Read more. The world is blurry and streaky, and it was good enough for our forefathers, so it's good enough for us. Jesus didn't wear glasses. You say and you better than the Lord? Resort fees at hotels. Hidden fees in general. Subscriptions for already paid apps. And ads for already paid subscriptions. Corporate home buying on a massive scale. They pay more than asking price, because when they do, the higher price will increase the value of the other homes they own. The system wasn't set up this way, and they are positioned to do some serious damage to the economy. The system wasn't set up this way. No, but this was the most obvious possible logical conclusion of selling off the public housing stock with zero regulations. And then, completely bizarrely, doing exactly fucking nothing to regulate it as it became the world's most obvious get rich off the backs of the poor scheme, and proceeded to completely break the global economy. We live in the end result of governments just doing nothing at all as the world burned for literal decades. Transaction fees when using online banking. I do all the work filling out the form, so a bank employee doesn't have to, yet I get charged the same. Nobody else mentioned so far. Printer cartridges. Edit. Production costs about 20 cents to 30 cents. Selling for $15. Sometimes up to $35. Edit 2. Jesus Christ. Thanks for the award and all the upvotes. Also they say it's running low, even though there's plenty left. Raise the price of a product today before they go on sale so that people think they are getting it at a discount. Edit. Amazon is pretty bad at this. Here's an example. https://unga.com/dixftree. I try to look for deals for a small subreddit I run, /r/lowest price deals, and I come across such products all the time. Now that's actually illegal in Germany since a few weeks. The compare price must be the lowest of the last 30 days. Unpaid internships. Worse, paid internships, where you're paying the corporation for it. Ambulances in the US. The whole medical system here, really. Edit. Changed America to the US. I spoke to the billing office of an ambulance company for work. I sincerely wish I could remember the name of it, and they told me they are not contracted with any insurance company, so it was more profitable to not be tipping for services in the US. And it's getting worse. It's a way to pay lower wages to employees and expect consumers to pay a surcharge to make up for it. More workers are expecting tips and the expected amount is going up. I travel globally and don't see anything like it anywhere else. It is putting the risks of business on the workers. If there are no customers, the wages drop. Extended warranty. Edit. Make sure you read the fine print, what's being covered and what is considered void. If it's free though, goddamn. I had a TV with a free 2-year warranty and it broke after 23 months. I got a full refund. Insurances. The only fucking business in the world who will fight you claw and teeth to deny you the product you have been paying for years. Go get right. Like I don't understand why I'm paying $200 to $300 a month only to get a $2,000 deductible I have to pay first before it even kicks in. But God forbid you don't have it and break an arm, then you're really screwed. Hidden fees, especially in the medical and hospitality industries. Recent legislation called the No Surprises Act attempts to remedy this at least a little bit. Hospitals are now required to post their charges for common services online, among many other things. Weddings and every business tied to weddings. $30,000 for one day. Fuck that. Funerals too. Free trial auto renewal subscriptions. I use a privacy.com virtual credit card with a one-time transaction limit and a limit of $1, so that way the charge for the subscription will be automatically declined. Diamonds. There's loads of them, but apparently they are rare, so sell for major stacks. Diamonds are fascinating. They are kept artificially scarce by the people who own the diamond mines, and they've managed to somehow ensure that there's no market for selling them. Diabolical. Releasing unfinished, unplayable, massively buggy video games. People need to stop pre-ordering. Hustle culture. Working 90-hour weeks and having no life outside of work is not healthy, nor is it sustainable. I just turned 50 and I have decided I've stopped trying to impress people with my work ethic. I'll work hard, of course, but I sure am not going to put in anything beyond my 8 hours, if I can help it. What am I going to do? Water my plants, make my kids breakfast, take my dogs for a walk, try to make my wife laugh with corny jokes. Instagram influencers using their kids as bait to advertise products. You want some unpopular opinion? Ryan's World is a scam to get around advertising rules. You don't need paid promotion links in there if it's just a kid playing with toys, right? Except they are his brand on which he makes hella bank. Not hating the kid, just the system that allows it. The two-party political system. American democracy is getting to choose between a party that opposes 80% of your interests and a party that opposes 95% of your interests. Razor blades. Specifically Gillette. Nearly £30 for 6 of the new ones. I moved to Safety Razor. Never looked back. Ticketmaster fees. Free trials that automatically roll over to paid subscriptions. I worked at Spotify, and we used to tell customers that it was mentioned in print on the free trial, implying that they are just not reading observantly. But the print is so small, it's almost an afterthought. I felt disgusted when I was there. Imagine blaming the customers. Edit. LPT. Cancel your free trial as soon as you get them. The free trial will still run its course and it'll automatically revert to free once it runs out. I just assume that anything that asks for my credit card intends to charge me at some point. Unpaid internships, especially when they are required for your education. But we pay you in experience/knowledge/exposure. You can't put a price on that. That's being greedy. Yes I can, because my time is worth money just like yours. Planned obsolescence. Printers are most notorious for this. Some brands, I had this long ago with HP, if I remember correctly, build their hardware in such a way that it will stop working after an amount of time. Typically, this time is after the legal warranty periods of whatever region they are selling in. The purpose is simple: force the customer to bring their hardware in for expensive repairs, or even buy a new piece altogether. Nowadays you notice the same thing with batteries as well. Surely nobody believes it's a coincidence that battery life has become so terrible in recent years, while batteries are also no longer easily replaceable. Doing taxes. The American government has the power to do our taxes for us, but instead they don't, so that businesses can profit off of doing taxes for us. Tipping instead of wages for the service industry. Credit scores. They started in 1989 and are designed to encourage debt. Can't believe it took so long to scroll to find someone saying this. If credit scores are meant to be a measure of how likely I'm to pay off a loan in the future, how come every time I pay off a loan, the score goes down? Surely having many loans already paid in full in my history would be the best sign that I'm a safe bet for future lenders. Oh, but my credit mix isn't as good now, because that matters somehow. Services only with monthly subscriptions. Employers insisting that employees not talk about their salaries and job listings not posting salaries. College board. Costs money to fucking send my scores to a school. Non-profit my ass. Bottled water industry. The bottled water industry does not make water. They make plastic bottles. Homeopathy. Costs more money than real actual OTC medications and literally has no active chemical in it, just placebo pills. The 5-day work week, and having 2 days to ourselves if we are lucky. Chocolate bars becoming a smaller size, and are still charged the same price and or increased price. Microtransactions. Trickle-down economics. Free apps. They take so much info that they should be paying for. Internet. Fuck you cocks. Deleted. ATM fees. The fact that you cannot just buy software now. You buy a subscription and never actually own anything. Since no one else has said it, the drug war and the for-profit prison system. How can we be winning the drug war when pharmaceutical companies are the biggest pushers out there and their CEOs don't see any prison time for killing thousands? Meanwhile they bust some dude with like some shrooms or some cannabis and acid tabs, and they act like they took down Public Enemy #1. They just want to keep modern day slavery alive. Video games. I say this as a gamer. The fact that microtransactions got so normalized is sad, especially if it's in the form of loot boxes. I cannot feel genuinely excited for any game anymore. Not a monetary scam, but putting the majority of the responsibility of stopping climate change fixing the environment onto the normal people. I've worked in the food industry, and I can tell you for a fact that it doesn't mean dick if I sort my rubbish when every day a single small-scale factory is throwing out literal tons of wasted product, not to mention the energy wasted in making that product. Tons of shit falls on the floor. Perfectly usable food, but not pretty enough to sell, just gets tossed like it's nothing. And even in my usual sector, engineering, the amount of metal that's wasted, and the liters upon liters of grease and oil just fucking everywhere would stun you. Why the fuck am I putting in the effort to save power and make less waste when these barely regulated companies are getting away with this? It's so disheartening. Digital copies of pretty much anything. You literally do not own it in any way, shape, or form. Tipping. Not saying you shouldn't tip at all, but how every single Apple checkout tablet automatically assumes you're tipping. I went to get froyo the other week and the checkout asked me if I preferred a 20, 25, or 30% tip. Like what? I just made my own froyo, and you still want me to give you a 30% tip? Pet rent and security deposits. I don't have an apartment, but a lot of my friends do. I find it ridiculous you have to pay $600 plus in deposits and fees, and then your dog is expected to go out and get a job for $1,200 more a year. In my youth I had a lot of apartments. Despite leaving them spotless, I never once got my security deposits back, and I never had animals. To me, they are just excuses to rob tenants of more money.